I'm really excited to show you these lights, the Aputure 60D and the Aputure 60X. Let's dig into these. I've been waiting for these to come for a long time. Originally, I bought the Aputure Mini 20s. They were great little lights, about the same form factor. They had a Fresnel lens built in. They were great. There was only one problem with them is they had fans in them. And when I tried to use them close up over here, they didn't work. I really wanted to like those lights except for the fans. Both of these come with cases. Check. And we got stuff. Let's see what we got. Power cord. Check. Ooh. A D-tap. That means you can use like high-powered batteries and stuff with this. Check. Battery charger. That plugs into the lamp. Oh, I know what this is. We'll look at that in a moment. Sony NP-F battery charger? No, Sony NP-F battery adapter, so you can hook two batteries up to this into the light. So let's see that D-tap, electrical cord, and NP-F batteries. That's awesome. Aha! A Bowens mount, which is cool because I can adapt anything I have, like my light domes and that, to these lights. And then what's this? Aha! Barndoors! This is just like the Mini 20s. It has all the stuff, only cooler stuff, with the other stuff that's really cool. You can just mount these on here and then you can shape the light and everything. Let's plug them in and light them up. We'll show you the 60D first and then the 60X and I'll show you the differences. Number one cool thing, a really long cord. Number cool two thing, look at this. See this little button on here? And when you put that in there, that little button, whoa, locks it in place. See that little red thing? So you can't pull it out unless you press that little button. Slide it back, pull it out. That's really cool too. Now, we plug this into here. No, cool thing number three. Check this out. They got a little V-mount on this thing right there. So I can just dock this sucker right here like that. Boom, which locks into place. Cool thing number four. Look at this. Put the cord together. It locks. It doesn't come apart. That's freaking awesome. Cool thing number five, a really nice readable screen. Cool thing number six, these are really bright. Check this out. That's 100%. But wait, there's more. See this little button here? It's a Fresnel lens. You see how bright that is and it's spread out? Hey, check it out. Adjusting the lens inside the light itself. Look at that. So it's directional light shooting in there so you can use the Fresnel lens and dial this sucker in. How cool is that? You know what'll really help is if I turn off all the lights in here and show you how really freaking bright this thing is. Let's do that. Well, as you can see, it's dark in here. Let's turn this guy on. Boom. Look at that guy right there in that cool little blue screen. Now check this out. First, we're going to up the intensity. Yeah, it's pretty bright, isn't it? I'm sorry, that's 13%. Now that's super bright. I'm sorry, that's only 67%. That's 100%. That's seriously bright. That's way bright. I really like this. Hello there. Check this out. Okay, now that I can't see, and the Fresnel is pulled all the way back, let's spot this thing in, get some directional killer brightness going on. Look at that. Holy smithereens. 100%. Fresnel all the way in. Let's check that out. This is going to hurt. Wow. Woo. All right, let's pull that back out. Get a wider area. Wow, that is super bright. What other cool stuff we got on here? Ooh, it's a menu. What do we got here? CCT. Okay, I'll press that. Ooh, effects mode. Check it out. Oh my goodness. Now we're doing paparazzi. Holy smokes. Let's go for fireworks. Boop. Bam. Whew. Dimming curves. You can go through and set the dimming curves of this thing, like how it curves up and down and everything else. You'll see how to do this in a second because I'm going to pull up the app, which allows you to do all this cool stuff. All right, let's see what's next. What else we got? Fixture serial number. Cool. Here's my serial number. Don't steal my serial number. Firmware version. That's cool. 1.1. I'll know when I'm updated or not. Language, of course. And then exit. And we're back. All right, now I thought there were no fans in this. I actually hear a fan. Like if I put my ear real close, realize this thing's been on for about 30 minutes, at 100% power. Let me listen. I hear a little itty bitty 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 tiny fan in there. That's way better than the old ones. The old ones were like crazy noisy. I'm okay with that. Let's turn the lights back on because I want to show you some other stuff. Everything on this is metal. Metal, 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 metal. Down below, this is metal. This is metal. This yoke is metal. This is metal. Everything's metal. That's metal. Everything's metal. It's all metal. You got metal, metal, metal. Now this guy, I wanted to show a front view of this. This is a lens. That's a Fresnel lens. Inside, what happens is the light moves back and forward like, you know, those big HMI lights you used to have. Let's turn this guy on just a little bit. Whoa. That's at 1%. So what happens is, as I move the Fresnel lens, see what it's doing? I'm not changing the intensity. I'm moving the Fresnel lens. Let's move it back. How about that for cool and adjustable? Now, this is at 1%. I'm going to turn this up to 100%. Hopefully it doesn't burn my sensor out in my camera or your eyeballs out. Let's do this. That's at 100%. That's really bright. We'll just keep it 1% tilted this way. We have this dude up here. This dude up here are mounts. So you can use a Bowens mount or a ring mount or anything. Let me go grab a mount. Ooh. Just pick this guy up like this and turn it sideways. You slide him into the holder like that. All Barndoors work like that. Put this on, that thing's down. Now it's going to turn. Don't make a lot of noise. It's supposed to do that. Let me show you what this barn door does. All right, we're back at 100% with all the lights on. Let me show you the barn doors. So what happens is, when you have these barn doors up like this, if you're not familiar with it, you may want to cut the light. Like if you're lighting a green screen, you're lighting someone, or you're moving this, man, that's bright. Or something like that, you may want to sculpt the light. And the way that you do that is you use these barn doors. For instance, I could pull in, see that? So what I've done is I've cut the light on one side and cut the light on the other side too, like that. And the same with the top. So maybe you want to pull this down and pull this down. Now I got the light concentrated. If you want to do a vertical shot, you do it this way. We'll just move this one up over here a little bit, put this one down here a little bit, move this one over here a little bit, maybe like that. That's how people do those swashes on the thing, like this. Burp. You see those swashes that are like cut through the back or something? I have a light over there that does it. Not as good as this. And again, you can play with a Fresnel. Like let's pull this thing in closer. It's more like a spot. That's cool. Look at that. Woo, baby. Searchlight. Let me show you another modifier. Lift up, remove the barn doors. Same deal. This is a Bowens mount. You just slide it in here. That was stupid. Really, you should put the Bowens mount on first. Now we got this giant light dome on here. Let's check out and see what that does. I mean, come on, you can't tell me that is not cool looking. So we got the light dome on here. Let's run this thing up. You'll notice it's a much, much softer light, which is exactly what you want. And you may be looking at this going, wow, that's not very bright. Au contraire, this thing's plenty bright. We have the dome right here with the Bowens mount, and behind that, we have a slight diffuser, and on the front, we have a large diffuser, and on the front, we have an egg crate on that. All right, check that out. That's plenty, plenty bright. Now remember, we have a Fresnel in there. So when we open this guy up, we get a larger spread of light. Let's see what that looks like the other way. Whoa, so you can see the light behind there. When we move the Fresnel, see what it's doing? It's pulling the Fresnel back, making it a little softer. This is a beautiful, beautiful light, a soft light. And just to be sure this is compatible with other stuff, I'm going to put a different, more of a ball-rounded dome on this thing from another manufacturer. It's a Bowens mount, just to make sure it works. Take this off. Man, that's bright. Pop that off. Pop that on our ball diffuser. Pop this dude on here, like that. Lock it down. Now we have the round ball thing going on, which is a really beautiful light. Again, let's turn it around. I'll show you what we got. A very, very, very bright light. Let's turn it around again. We'll see it on the wall. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful light. Look at that. Beautiful white light. spread nice. I really love this thing. Let's check out the 60X, which is a bicolor. 60X, same deal. Lock, plug, done. This has got all the same features, same functions, same menus, same everything. With this one exception, it's a bicolor light. Super bright, and that's with the Fresnel spread and not focused. Now if you press this button once, on this light, 2700K, 3200K, 4500K, 5600K, 6500K, 2700K, and of course, using this knob, you can dial it in. The exact K value, let's set it to 5500K. Slow turns on this go in slow increments. Faster turns go in faster increments. I really like this functionality. There's 5600K. That's just awesome. Let's play with the Fresnel. Focus this dude. Now we focus this thing on here. And again, this thing is really, really bright. Good Lord. Same deal. Let's turn this down so I don't blow my eyeballs out. Or yours. That's at 1% again. Really, really bright light. We punch through the different K values. 2700, 3200, 4300, 5600, 6500, etc. Let's go back to 5600. Now this is at 1% again. If I knock this thing up, it's going to be really, 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 really bright. Let's knock that back down. Wonder what that does to the sensor on my camera. I don't know. It's a mirrorless. Should be okay, right? Same deal over here. You can connect the Barndoors that come with it. You can connect Bowens mount that comes with it. And you can connect all sorts of different modifiers and everything you want on the 600X, just like you can on the 600D. Let's knock this thing all the way up and let's have a listen. I hear a very, very tiny slight noise. Right there. From here, I hear nothing. I'm about 6 or 7 inches away. I hear nothing, which is awesome, which means my Mini 20s are going to be replaced by these. Now, this is the 60X. This is the 60D. I have them both set up. I have the Fresnel set, so they're more of a spotlight on each of these. I just wanted to show you that usually and very typically, the bicolor lights are a bit dimmer than the actual daylight. I have this set to about 30% here on both lights. It looks like this is just a tad lighter, but not by much. About 36%, and they look equal to me, which in itself is amazing. Usually it's more like the intensity of the light is like 80% here and 50% here. Now the coolest thing about this has everything that all Aputure lights have. Specifically, Bluetooth and Sidus Link built in, meaning from my phone or my Android or my tablet, I can control these lights and all the built-in effects on both of them or singly at the same time. All right, here I am in the Sidus Link app. I'm going to simply connect these up. When you first run brand new lights, it goes through an authentication process just to make sure the network's secure so you don't have people controlling your lights when you don't want them to. Now I already have fixtures here, fixtures I've done before. I have the bridge, which allows me to control my own lights. I want to add some new devices here and some new fixtures. Let's click that. There's the LS Lightstorm 60D and the Lightstorm 60X. I'm going to do both of those. It's setting up the fixtures through the Bluetooth. Here comes the next one. Very fast. So now I have the LS60D and I have the LS60X. It's telling me that they're connected via AC power, which means you can see the power and everything else. Now the X obviously is a bicolor and the D is AC power. Let's go into this light and let's just play. Right now it shows me it's at 30%. That's correct. Let's just run this thing up. We can turn it off. We can turn it on. We can run the intensity all the way up. We can run the intensity all the way down. Very cool. It has all sorts of stuff in here. Dimming, curves, how you want to curve and everything else. Over here we have effects, which is really neat. Here is a paparazzi effect. We simply start it. And we're getting a paparazzi effect with a flash here. I probably wouldn't use it with a Fresnel like this. Let's check out an explosion effect. And let's trigger that. Boop. We can trigger it or we can run it. Let's go over the next effect. Fireworks. Let's start that one. We control the frequency, how fast it goes or how fast it doesn't go. We can control the intensity of it, run it all the way up, etc. The same works for both of these lights. Let's go to the bicolor light. And what I've done is I've turned it on and it's already seeing the effects that I'm doing with this particular light. Let's go in there. Let's go back and turn this dude off for right now and just set it to normal daylight. We can go 1/4%, 0.5%, full percent at the touch. This is really great. This thing works all the way downstairs in my kitchen, which is amazing in itself. Let's go check out the fixture, the 60D. Now again, we can turn it off, we can turn it on, we can control the intensity. I'm just using a pencil. You could use anything that you want. And down here, because it's a bicolor, it has the K values. There's 3200K, there's 4000K, there's 5600K, and of course, I can control this however I want. Let's just go with 5600K just to generally match these two. And again, we can go in effects, warmer, cooler, or bicolor on how we want this. We can select, for instance, lightning again. We can trigger it, meaning it plays once, trigger it, so it plays when you want it, or you can just start and allow it to automatically sit there and trigger on itself depending on the frequency and everything else. Let's up the frequency of this guy. It's going to happen a lot more. Let's pause that. So those are the effects on this thing. Let's go back to normal white, 5600K. Now, because this is a bicolor light, it has gels, which is awesome. There's tungsten, there's daylight. Let's do 1/8 CTO, that's color temperature orange, tungsten without the CTB, full CTB, 1/4 CTB. It's subtle, but what it's allowing you to do is it's allowing you to set these to what the duplication of a gel would be, which is pretty darn awesome. Let's go to daylight, without color temperature orange, full color temperature orange, without, with. You have full control of everything you're doing here. Now the next really cool thing is you can group these together in this app, which is awesome. So since I'm in a scene here, what I can do is I can turn that one on and turn that one on, and any of these effects or things that I do in here will do both of these lights at the same time. So if I create lightning or I create whatever, I'm basically controlling both of these lights at the same time. Because it's on trigger, it's going to trigger these two depending on what's going on. Incredibly awesome to me that you're able to do this on a phone or an iPad and control your lights. One other thing I wanted to cover on these types of lights or any lights with a Fresnel in it, this is a lens in here. That's a lens. It's not hot, by the way. I could stick my hand on it. It's no big deal. This is a lens, so you might want to periodically take a look at the front, especially if you're in dusty environments or you've had your fingerprints all over them. Because as a lens, it won't make too much difference, but you'll get fingerprints and smudges and all that. And if you want to make sure, like your camera lenses, that's just perfect, you might just want to wipe these down with a lens cleaning cloth. My opinion on these two lights, they are just freaking awesome. As I said, I'm getting another 60D. I'm going to mount these little dudes up here instead of my large boxes. I'm going to take the 60X and mount it up there as a hair light. Control it all from the Sidus Link app. I don't have to mess with this stuff anymore. They're small. I can wall mount them, and I'm freaking done. I've been waiting for these for a long time to replace the Mini 20Ds with the large, blowy fans in them. I hear nothing. I love these things. They're high standards. They're Aputure awesome. And if these are a bit pricier for you, because I don't know the price right now, it's the very end of December, and these haven't been announced yet, I believe, till January 7th or January 10th. I don't know what they're going to cost. I don't care. I'm buying another 60D. If those are too expensive for you, the kit or even one of these lights, I did another review of just the awesomest light Aputure, in my opinion, released for budget and new YouTubers and filmmakers, which is the 100 and 200D. You can check out that video. It'll probably pop out here, up here someplace. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Originally, 120 mini Ds. Why does my monitor keep turning off, you little big Aputure egg-crated lighty thing on this? That was stupid. Really, you should put the Bowens mount on first. Boom, nailed it.